Nigerians, your country needs you. I know this is a very difficult time to speak for Nigeria because we are at a time when most people are on personal survival mode. A time when the country is littered with frustrated people. A time when the average citizen is praying to God for the miracle to leave the country. A time when citizens have lost faith in public institutions. A time when something bad happens, we say, Nigeria has happened. We live at a time when Nigeria connotes negative. Still, I am here today to speak for Nigeria. My name is Ngozi Clara Opara. I was born in Imo State, but grew up in River State. I had my primary, secondary, and university education in River State and was one of those regular non-indigenous Port Harcourt girls before moving back to Imo State after my NYSC to run for councillorship. During my councillorship race and my short time as a councillor, I got a glimpse of the socio-political sentiments that have created the Nigeria that we have today. Our current socio-political sentiments are driven by selfish interests and gain rather than collective good. We often brag that in politics, we don't have permanent friends or enemy, only permanent interests. That is to say, as a people, we are very happy with you when we are benefiting from you, whether you are stealing from others, looting public money, abusing power, or destroying democratic institutions. We are fine as long as you give us a little of that money, a little of that power, or a little of those connections. Almost all of us, citizens and leaders alike, are guilty of this. Take for example, a politician whose salary is 800,000 loots 50 million naira that is meant to upgrade 10 primary schools, then goes to the village, goes to his formal school, goes to the church, goes to professional conferences and donates 1 million naira to each of these groups. We rejoice and clap without wondering, if his salary is 800,000, how is it possible that this person is donating 1 million naira to us and to these other groups? It is this self-satisfaction we get from corruption, this satisfaction with self-gain that has driven this country to the mud that it is today. What if, instead of inviting our politician friend to come and donate money to us, we invite them to a roundtable meeting to discuss how the road in our communities can be tarred, how the hospitals in our communities can be renovated, equipped, or upgraded, how we can improve tourism in our community, how we can create jobs for our people. Nigerians, our country needs you today more than ever. Nigeria needs to start working for all of us. Citizens and leaders had a hand in the damage done in and to Nigeria. We all must now take responsibility and step up to rebuild it. No one is exempted. You cannot say, I am just a poor ordinary citizen, I have not gained anything, it is these rich people, these politicians that destroy this country, let them start fixing it. No. This is the time to take responsibility. This is not the time to shift blame or to curse Tinubu. Tinubu was not president 5 years ago, and we still had a lot of problems then. And this is also not the time to blame Buhari or Jonathan or Basanjo. At some point in time, these persons were not presidents. In fact, they were just ordinary citizens who also wished good for this country. But when they got into power, what happened? Looting of public funds didn't stop. abuse of power and denigration of our democratic institutions didn't stop. And if you think that if you get into government today, you will perform magic and perform better than they are doing or they did, you have no idea how messed up this country is. Every institution, every agency, parastatal, department, every structure is infected with corrupt and self-centered people. Our dysfunctional government is a reflection of our society and value system. Nigeria wants all of us to take responsibility to fix her. We cannot continue to avoid the problem instead of fixing it. The poor ones are running away to other countries to get better jobs and better pay. The rich ones are running away to get better health care and good education for their kids. We run to other countries to get better technology, better social service and security. If members of those countries didn't fix their countries, where would you want to run to? Nigeria needs you now. Let's begin to take personal responsibility to fix our country and stop the blame game. Let's begin to talk about our duty towards others and our country. Raise the virtue of sacrifice for the common good. Let's begin to be grateful that we are from a country rich in human and natural resources, and begin to seek only ways to use these resources to grow our country and not just ourselves. Let's begin to care for our country, no matter how often we hear about the tribal wars, no matter how often we hear about politically instigated hatreds towards us, no matter how often we hear that we have been oppressed and impoverished, we must keep our focus on looking for solutions to fix the problem and not help the problems grow and overwhelm us. And I must say this will be a difficult undertaking given our multicultural and different educational background. I dare say that one of the reasons we have not gotten it right in this country is our multi-tribal backgrounds, which means for this to work, we must be intentional and agree on a common purpose, guided by a national value and philosophy. Nigeria craves a uniting value system spread across the country. Our national value system needs to be an overarching value that will bind us together. We can wear different clothes, eat different food, pray in different ways, but bound by one value system. A Nigerian value system must be of love and respect for one another, must be of the courage to speak truth to power, must be one of justice for all, and must be one to help peace to reign. It is in upholding values like this that we can create patriots willing to fight and defend this country, citizens willing and proud to love and pledge true allegiance to this country, and we will be able to create leaders that are selfless in service and true to their oath. Nigeria needs you today.